Thank you everybody for coming. My name is Wendy Landman, and I'm happy to say that we are excited about Bitcoin, and we want to show you why we're excited about Bitcoin. If you've never gotten involved in Bitcoin and you're here on this call today, or you're inquisitive about what all the talk is about on Bitcoin, why you should get Bitcoin, or is it a good investment, based upon all the things that you might be hearing out in the news about it, the good and the bad, let's go ahead and show you why we believe that it's one of the best assets that you can have today. Okay, with that, I'm going to share my presentation. Why Bitcoin? I own and operate several different Bitcoin businesses. One of them is Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. This is the main company that we have that you need to know about. I am a co-founder of that and also the chief operating officer. I'm also the International Public Relations Officer for To Know It, which is the affiliate marketing business of Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. It's also called To Know It. So I am also founder of the HODLNOTS crypto trading courses. We give basic crypto 101, and we teach you how to trade on different platforms and how to buy crypto, how to buy stable coins. We go over a lot of different information. So if you're not familiar with Bitcoin at all and you need to know how to do Bitcoin, where to get started, we teach you that as well. If you're more into Bitcoin and you're interested in our scalp trading, then we also do those trading courses as well. I'm also a shareholder and partner of Trendsig Day Trading Signals. It's a platform that uses the Bitcoin Trend and Forecast reports. So we're here to talk about all of these companies today and platforms for trading cryptocurrency and why you should at least be in Bitcoin. The very first thing I want to tell you people that they don't know very much about Bitcoin is some Bitcoin facts. Right now, as you can see, Bitcoin price today is racking around $9,438.54. I took that snapshot just a few hours ago. The Bitcoin halving countdown is coming, and that is part of the news article that's coming up now. Right now, you need to know that the halving is going to be somewhere in May, I think late May, and that does matter according to Bitcoin, and the price of it. So I'll get into more of that a little bit later. But Bitcoin was released in 2009, so it's only about 10 years old. And in that 10 years, it has survived, and it hasn't gone away, and it hasn't gone down to zero. That is your first indicator right there that Bitcoin is around for 10 years, and it's still strong. Bitcoin, a lot of people say, well, how can I put my money into something that is not real? It's virtual. I can't put my hands on it. It's not tangible like the dollar bill. Well, you need to know what gives Bitcoin its value. Bitcoin is limited. There's only 21 million Bitcoins that are ever going to be mined and out there for the public. And by being limited, the supply and demand for that Bitcoin is what Bitcoin gives it its value. And so as they're being bought up and more of them are gone, more and more people want them, and so that makes the value go up. So the coin market cap today on how many different types of cryptocurrency there are is there's over 5,000 of them now. I mean, that's come a long way, and a lot of those cryptocurrencies have come in the last 5 years, I can tell you, just from being in cryptocurrency that long myself. I've added a link on this presentation for you so that you can pull up the Bitcoin halving countdown, because there's also some information on the price of Bitcoin, and the link down here at the bottom is something that you might want to have and look at when you're looking into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin news today, I'm not going to go over all of these articles, but if you are interested in having this slide presentation sent to you and emailed to you so that you can look up these things that I'm talking about, please put your name and your email address in the chat. And as soon as the presentation is over, we'll go through and we will email this presentation to you so you can have it to look at further. But the first news article that you need to know about Bitcoin is that it was declared 2019's best performing asset, even after the recent price turndown. So as you're hearing about Bitcoin going up and down in the markets, just know that it was declared the best performing asset. From the beginning of January in 2019, Bitcoin hit its low right around $3,000. And it hit its high in July for $13,000. That's a 300% gain in Bitcoin. So if you had invested in one Bitcoin, you would have had $10,000 profit for every Bitcoin you would have purchased. And it was totally outperforming the US tech stocks per Goldman Sachs, which was 31% return. And gold, I don't have that gold right. It's more than 2%. I think it was 21%. That's a typo, but it's still a whole lot more. Bitcoin price will reach 400,000 after having, if history is to be taken into consideration, the most bullish forecast for the world's #1 asset. Here's another article. However, I don't want you to be misled by this, because we don't know for a fact that it's going to reach $400,000 after the halving. But this is what they are predicting it to do. In the past, every time Bitcoin has halved, then it will go up. And so they're expecting some really high figures for that now. So I've added that news article for you to take a look at. What is the halving? What is it all about? And for you to learn more about what's coming in May, so that you can learn that you need to get in some Bitcoin right now. There's also a nice article here. This next article is about an hour long. If you have some time to spare, it goes over the millennials and why they believe that Bitcoin will go to $10 million Bitcoin. Okay, so I thought it was a very interesting article, and for those people who want to learn more about Bitcoin, it's a good one to watch. If you're really questioning, how can I use Bitcoin? What can I use it? How can I spend it? What do I do with it? All you have to do is Google. Google has everything on it. How can I spend Bitcoin or Litecoin, and see how many businesses are now accepting cryptocurrency. You can actually buy your airfare with it. You can actually buy hotel stays. You can buy many, many, many things online with Bitcoin and Litecoin already. And we're just getting started. In Australia alone, which is where I reside at the moment, there are over 1,300 news agencies. And there's a lot of people here in Australia that don't even know this, but they all have blue shift digital payment machines for buying crypto in every single one of the news agencies. So if you want to trust me on that one, Google blue shift map and see how many there are in Australia. It's not going away. The majority of central banks are now working on digital currencies. Everybody should know that. And there's another article to back that up on the majority of the banks which are now working on crypto. So a lot of people ask me, because I am in crypto and I am a trainer and I am a trader, and I know a lot about Bitcoin because I've been trading and training it for quite some time. But is Bitcoin a good investment? And I say absolutely it is. It has made me debt-free today. I'm not bragging about that, and I'm not trying to be over braggadocious or anything on that. I'm just letting you know that it's a great feeling to be debt-free. And I've got there in the last probably 3.5 years. So if I can do that, we went from my husband and I both earning a normal income and 2-income household, normal jobs, working with kids, and having life events and things happen, struggling to get along and making investments. We invested in stocks and other things that didn't work out for us, but all I can tell you is cryptocurrency is where we are totally debt-free today is totally because of Bitcoin. So anybody that tells me it's a bubble and it's going to pop, I just laugh at them. So I'm going to show you why it's a good investment. Bitcoin here, we took the price in the last 10 years on the price of Bitcoin on September 26th. Where 10 years ago it was 6 cents. When I was introduced to Bitcoin, it was about $0.25. I wished I'd bought a whole bunch of it, but I contemplated buying $20, and I wish today that I had done that. And I didn't, because it was difficult, really difficult at that time to open up a wallet, whereas it's not today. Today, Bitcoin sits, in 2019, it ended up around 8,400, but today you can see that it's now 9,400. It's even gone up $1,000 just in the last couple weeks. So in 2019, again, I already told you that Bitcoin was at its low at 3,100. In July, it hit its high at 13,000. Today, it's back up to 9,400. So even if you would have purchased Bitcoin back in January of 2019 at 3,100, you're still 3 times in profit. Even with being down from the high of 13,000, you're still in very lucrative profits. So Bitcoin prices do go up and down, but this isn't for people to fear and stress about, thinking that they've lost their money because they have their head around the dollar value of Bitcoin. But we actually want the prices to go up and down because we teach people how to farm coins. And farming coins is essential for everybody to learn if you're going to make investments in cryptocurrency. This is what we call swing trading. And this is what the product is that is offered by Bitcoin Trend and Forecast and the affiliate marketing company To Know It. They offer the same product. It's a trend report on cryptocurrency and on the top 40 cryptocurrency different coins. And which ones you choose is up to you. We don't tell you how to invest, but we tell you how we invest, and it helps you make a better decision. So just letting you know that it is a good investment. As you can see from where it started 10 years ago at 6 cents. Who is Marius LANDMAN? So he is the person who is our chief data analyst, and he is behind these companies. He is actually the founder of Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, and he is actually the founder of To Know It. One of the founders. There's 3 founders of To Know It. They are the affiliate marketing business that was created off of the same product of Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. He is the chief data analyst, and he has a bunch of different analysts working all over internationally as a team, working together, predicting the trend and forecast of Bitcoin for financial gains in the market of cryptocurrency. So anybody, this is a picture of him. He's really cute. I really enjoy sharing life with him. He's actually my husband and partner, and I'm very blessed that he's in my life today, and that we both share a very strong love and passion for cryptocurrency. So with that being said, Marius has over 30 years combined works experience in complex system auditing. This is what he did for a living before he got involved in Bitcoin. He actually was predicting trends and algorithm forecast modeling in his job. Anybody that wants to see his bio, he has an extremely extensive bio. He is the real deal. And I put the link up there for anybody to go to look at his bio to see that he has a very high credibility in what he does for a living. So he still remains as a consultant for Shell and some of the other big oil and gas companies. Almost all of them here in the oil and gas industry know who he is. And he still works for some of them on the side in what he does, because he is a highly desired and sought after auditor, and he has high credentials that not very many people have. So just know that he has clients today that he deals with in cryptocurrency. He has a billionaire, several millionaires from around the world, several big banks, prominent oil and gas company CEOs, and Pinnacle Investments. He was the first to call the high in December 2017 at 19,500, and he was the first to call the low at 6,500. So the man knows what he's doing with his team, and he's been pretty darn accurate. There's over 500 testimonies, 5-star testimonies on his website. So right now, I just want to stop for a minute, because there are some people here that have an interest, or hopefully have gotten an interest since we've started, in knowing more about Bitcoin and why they should invest in it. So what we need to teach you is how to farm coins and why to farm coins and how it works. Because if you can get the essentials down of how to trade cryptocurrency, you will understand our product and know why you need it. So I'm going to teach you how to farm coins in less than 5 minutes. It's very, very easy to do. And I'm going to give you a real live example. In January of 2019, Bitcoin was at 3,000. It was actually 3,100, but we're going to say, for the sake of teaching you farming coins, it was 3K. We told you in our product, in our reports, that we were buying. We are now buying in. We believe it's at the low, and you decide to buy 1 Bitcoin at the same time we're buying. So because our product told you we were buying, you held on to your Bitcoin, and you're a long-term investor, you're a swing trader, and you want to farm some coins, but you don't want to have to watch the market all the time. So you just watch the reports. Now in July, Bitcoin was at 13,000, and our report told you we are at the high, we are getting ready to go in a downtrend, and we wanted you to preserve your profits. So we told you that we were selling into a stable coin, and we suggested that you do the same, but it's not financial advice. So we took our money, and you did too. Let's just say you had 13,000, you just made $10,000 profit. You moved it over into a stable coin, and you wait out the downtrend. That's what you do. You preserve your profits. And this is what's important, what a lot of people don't know about cryptocurrency and how to trade it. Now, let's just say that Bitcoin decided to go sideways for a while and it kept going down and sideways and down. And our report told you it was going to go all the way back down to $3,000. So while the rest of the world is saying Bitcoin is going under, it's tanking, it's just getting really bad, excuse me, it's getting really, really bad. You know, you're not upset at all. You're waiting patiently. You're not stressing. You're not in fear. You just have $10,000 profit. You just put over into a stable coin. So now you're getting excited because you're waiting for the signal or of the trend to be down at the bottom to buy back. So now let's say it's October of 2019 and Bitcoin hits 8,000 and the trend changes and they say it's not going to 3,000 anymore. It's going up to 20. So we need to buy back now because 8,000 is going to be the low. So we tell you that in our report that we're buying back now at 8,000. So you take your 13,000 that you have set aside in a stable coin and you move it over and you buy Bitcoin at the price of $8,000 in October. You now have 1.65 Bitcoin. You started off with 1 Bitcoin. You just farmed 0.65, more than half of a Bitcoin, just by sitting out of the market and waiting and buying back at a lower price. So now you own 1.65 of a Bitcoin instead of 1 Bitcoin. Now, what is it worth for you to farm? This is what I want to show you, that when Bitcoin goes up to 20,000, if you bought 1 Bitcoin and you did not farm and you just sat and held, you're still in great profit. You have $17,000 profit over and above the 3K that you put in the market. Now, if you farmed your coins along the way, like we showed you to do, when Bitcoin is 20,000 after farming, you now have $33,000 profit. Your profit now is 30K. You know, you take away the 3K that you put in, it's a difference of 17K to 30K. So it is a great investment and you almost double the amount of profit just by farming coins. And this is what we try and teach people, is that it's about how many coins you have that matter. It's not about the price you pay for the coin. And this is really, really difficult for people to understand about cryptocurrency. But knowing when to buy, when to sell, and when to hold on to cryptocurrency is vitally important. And we teach that with our product. So is our product accurate? Absolutely. You know, nobody's going to be 100% accurate on the trend of Bitcoin. But we have some really great calls here. Here is our testimonials. Anybody that wants to go see testimonies from all over the world, people who have been using our reports for many years now and the success rate of them, I encourage you to go read the testimonies. But here's the key, people. You see this. This is when most people got into crypto. And it was in 2017. This area right here is vitally important because this is when most people started buying. They started buying on the spike when it was going up. And they had no idea that it was going to turn and go into a downtrend unless you were and invested in Bitcoin Trend and Forecast at that time, because to know it wasn't around. To know it's only been around for about 1.5 years as the affiliate marketing company. But in Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, we told you that we were at the high here. And we told people, we warned everybody to get out. It was about $19,000 when it was at its all-time high. People were buying in at 16 or 15,000, hoping that it would continue to go up. However, we went into a downtrend for the whole year. It's in a bullish market, but it was in a downtrend. And what happened was we sold here, we bought back here, we sold, we bought, we sold, we bought, we sold, and then we bought back down here. So we called all of these drops and we called all of the spikes, and then we ended up making a 518% gain in 2018 when everybody else was losing and getting out of crypto and selling their crypto because they didn't know how to trade it. So it's vitally important that you learn how to farm coins and learn how to trade cryptocurrency if you're going to get in the game here. But from here, you can see that the trend went up and then it's been going sideways for a little bit, and we are now back on the up in 2020. So we're looking forward to a great year in crypto, but we're also trading the markets in many different forms and fashions, and learning how to do that is the key in cryptocurrency. So who is Diavold Rosema? I'm going to introduce you to him right now. He is one of my business partners, and he is also runs a whole bunch of different cryptocurrency platforms. And so I'm going to have him come on and tell you about some of the different ways you can get involved in Bitcoin and partner with us and enjoy earning profits as we go. So over to you, Diaval. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Wendy. Jana, it's a privilege and an honor working with you and Marius. I mean, I've learned a heck of a lot over the last couple of months. And yeah, so for everybody, I'm just a crypto fan, and I love it when people start making profits. And one of the things that I discovered a couple of months back is there was a big need for people to join a community and be able to say, well, what's the right word? Trade safe in crypto, because there's a lot of money to be made within crypto. So one thing that happened is I started speaking to Wendy. She told me about her training program, and we discussed it, and that's when Huddle Knots started getting off the ground, and some of you have already done the course. But in essence, it's all about promoting crypto community awareness, and then obviously the growth internationally. The more crypto people comes in, the faster we're going to see market adoption. And we all know when people want more of the coins, what's going to happen to the price. And John, then the other part is to trade, not to just buy the coin and sit on it, but like Wendy was just explaining to you, if you understand how the market works, if you understand the basics of trading and reading your indicators, you can make a lot of money with your cryptos. And then the biggest part is a community. If you can find a safe community where you can ask questions, share your inputs, and basically just join in, you're going to learn a lot quicker. And there's lots of elements that happens in the crypto world. And instead of you having to spend hours and hours trying to figure out on Google and news articles what's going on, when you're in this community, people will talk and people will tell you which coins are moving, which coins are bad, which coins are good. And that's what you ultimately use to grow your crypto portfolio and not to fall into various pitfalls, like many of us has actually done. So yeah, we started with the 4 platforms. Well, yeah, let's just do that one. The 3 trading types that you get, and a lot of people actually confuse this, and you shouldn't, but you get the scalp trading, which is by the minute. You get in, you get out. It's quick profits, 1%, 2%, 3%. And you just trade almost any type of coin that's available or that is moving. But it can be dangerous if you don't have the proper training for that or to understand how to do it. Then your short-term trading is a little bit longer. It's a mixture between your scalp trading and your swing trading. Your short-term is where you've got a couple of hours to even a couple of days where you wait for a coin to sell on your selling point or buy back at your buying point. And then you've got the swing trading. And the swing trading is what Wendy was just explaining to you now. That is where Marius's reports will come out and tell you this is the expected high. We hold until it gets there, then we sell. And then there's the expected low, and then we hold and we sell or we buy back at that expected low. So it's a much longer trend that plays out. And that can be anything from a couple of months to even a year. Not that we've seen a 1-year swing trade, but it can take a long time. And the most important part is not to mix this. The minute you start mixing it, that is where you start getting emotional and the fear, the FOMO, and all those kind of words that you've heard. So again, like I explained here, you can see the scalp trading. It's quick, it's continuous. Your short term, there's little breaks in between your trades. So you will put your trade in, you will wait for a period until it hits, and then you will go on with your next one. Where with swing trading or trend trading, that is you've got a specific target that you're moving towards. And what we teach the people with Wendy and inside the community is that you split your portfolio according to all 3 or into all 3, or what you can do is you use your time. How much time do you have available? What is your budget? And then you can determine which one of these 3 fits you better. So with scalp trading, we highly recommend that anybody who is in crypto trading should be doing the Huddle Knots course. the hodl knots course, although it's scalp trading and a scalp trading community, the basics and the indicators that has been taught in that class can be used all the way through into short-term and into swing trading. You'll be able to better understand the trend signals. You'll be able to understand better what Marius does with his Bitcoin trend and forecast and in the to know it reports. When he's talking about the highs, when he's talking about the lows, you'll be able to start reading the indicators and actually follow the patterns once you've done that hodl knots course. And then obviously with the hodl knots, it's an incredible community. The guys or the people, there's now guys and ladies, and the ladies are doing actually better than the guys at the moment, scary. But they're from all over the world. And at any point in time, you can jump on and you must probably find somebody busy scalping. And they will tell you, so you've got an extra couple of hundred eyes watching the market and seeing which coins are currently moving. And when you've got that, you don't have to go and sit and figure out which coins are moving all the time. The community will tell you. With Trendseek, although they're only focused on LTC and BTC, it gives you a very good indicator of while we're waiting for the swing high or the swing low to it, because with that indicators, you can actually make money on the up and on the downtrends of the Litecoin and Bitcoin. And then as Wendy was explaining earlier, Marius LANDMAN's reports, whether it's through Bitcoin trend and forecast, and then to know it, the affiliated program is absolutely incredible. I've been in that program now for a couple of months, and the amount of money that you can make out of the to know it platform from affiliation, the more and more people are getting into crypto, the bigger this network is getting, and all the members in there gets or becomes part of the revenue sharing plan. That money they're using as is, putting it into their crypto exchange, and they actually trade with it. So to know it, although you pay a yearly membership fee or whichever membership fee, that money gets paid back to you as the network is growing, and you can actually use the money just to trade with. So those are the fourth platform is actually Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, which is not on there, but I think. All right, Wendy. So yeah, that is. If there's any questions, you can always contact me or Wendy. I think if you want to go back to that slide with the contacts, if you don't mind. The email address is on there. We're busy working on the website in the next couple of weeks or the next week or so. But yeah, if you want to learn more about the basic Bitcoin training course, go and have a look at that link. The scalp trading, like I was explaining earlier, to become a hodl knots, that's the link over there. If you want more information on Trendseek, you're welcome to send me an email. And then, yeah, just go and have a look at mariuslandman.com. It's phenomenal what those guys, what he and his team has actually accomplished over the last couple of years. And the network is just growing. If you get involved onto any one of those two, especially on the Bitcoin trend and forecast, the weekly webinars is insane. The amount of information and the communications that happens on those webinars is, it can go anything from an hour and a half to 3 hours quite quickly. But yeah, very interesting. Stay in touch and don't hesitate to send us an email. Thanks, Wendy.
Great. And just for everybody else too, on To Know It, the affiliate marketing business also has a webinar inclusive with the subscription amount. And if anybody is interested in doing the affiliate marketing program for To Know It, we have a presentation that is on that last slide with a link there for you to come to every Wednesday. We have 2 different presentations that we offer for those people who are interested in working a marketing business very easily with 2 referrals is all it takes. So I would highly encourage you that if you have interest, come see what it's all about. And in working that business and earning, it's a way you can earn Bitcoin trend, where you can earn the Bitcoin commissions from the affiliate referral program. So you can't get that in Marius LANDMAN's business, but Marius LANDMAN has a lot of investors that come that are not interested in network marketing. But if you are, it's a great opportunity to build a business and earn Bitcoin. So thank you guys all for coming today, and thank you for your time. And I hope you learned a little bit about Bitcoin. And if you need to know more, and you need to get in Bitcoin before the halving event and get some profits going for yourself this year, learn how to get debt free, we're here to help you. So contact
Thank
Diebold,
you, Wendy.
and we hope you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Cheers.